everyone, welcome. There's one skill that's absolutely essential in the corporate world, and today we're going to dive right into it. How to write a really clear professional thank you email.
All right, so here's our game plan. We've got 5 simple parts. We'll kick things off with why this stuff even matters, and we'll wrap up with how you can actually start practicing these new skills.
Okay, let's get into it. First up, why is being a good writer at work such a big deal anyway?
So let's think about this for a second. What really happens when business writing is just unclear? Well, the short answer is it causes problems. Sometimes small ones and sometimes, well, really big ones.
Yeah, this is a big one. Unclear writing, it just leads to confusion and mistakes, plain and simple. And we're not just talking about a little typo here or there. Think about it. This can lead to missed deadlines, maybe even costly errors. And, worst of all, it can actually damage relationships at work when someone takes your message the wrong way. So, this is exactly why good writing skills are our best defense against all that confusion. It's really all about making sure that the message you think you're sending is the exact message the other person receives.
And how do we get there? Well, it boils down to 3 key things. First, use precise words. You want to leave 0 room for misinterpretation. Second, get that grammar right. It just makes you look more credible, more professional. And third, be concise. Get to the point. Everybody's busy, right? Respect their time.
All right, so let's put these ideas into action. We're going to focus on something we all do, or should be doing, thanking our colleagues. This is such a perfect way to see how good writing can really build stronger relationships at work.
A simple thank you is good, don't get me wrong, but a professional thank you, that's way better. It's not just about being polite, it's about showing that you genuinely respect their contribution and their work.
And that's really what it comes down to. Thanking your colleagues for their input shows respect. When you take just a minute to write a proper thank you, you're doing more than just being nice. You're showing them that you value their time and their expertise. And trust me, that is a huge deal for building a great team.
So how do we actually do this? Let's break down the specific words and phrases that can make all the difference.
This brings us to something called the functional language of appreciation. It sounds fancy, but it's really just a set of specific phrases you can use in short emails to show you're thankful in a professional way. Think of these as go-to tools in your communication toolbox.
Okay, here is a golden one. I appreciate your insight on. Just remember that phrase. It's so good because it's professional, it's direct, and it makes you be specific about what you're thanking them for. That makes it feel so much more genuine.
So, for example, you could write, I appreciate your insight on the new marketing budget. See that? So clear, so concise, it's perfect for a quick email, and it tells them exactly what was helpful. That's a world away from just saying, thanks.
Okay, ready to level up? Let's add one more layer to make our appreciation even stronger.
We can do this using what we call adjectives of tone. These are just positive words that describe how good your colleague's input was. They help set the right tone and really drive home how much you valued their help.
And you don't need a thesaurus for this. 2 fantastic words you can use right away are helpful and valuable. Simple, professional, perfect.
So you could say something like, your comments were very helpful for the team. It's so direct, right? There's no confusion. It clearly states the positive impact. It's just a little tweak, but it makes your thank you so much more powerful.
All right, great job. You've got the tools. Now the most important part, how do we actually practice and get better at this?
Because look, like any skill, you've got to practice to get good. So let's go over 3 super simple steps you can start using right away. Okay, step 1, practice gratitude. I mean, really practice it. Make it a goal to write thank you emails and try using that phrase we learned. I appreciate your insight on.
Step 2 is to practice those formal openers. Phrases like, thank you for meeting, it just sets a professional tone from the very first line.
And step 3, just keep building that vocabulary with words you hear at work. The more precise words you have in your back pocket, the better a communicator you'll be.
So really, what's the big takeaway here? It's that using precise words is the secret. It prevents confusion and it shows respect. It's not about being fancy, it's about being clear.
So here's a little challenge for you. Who are you going to send a professional thank you email to this week? Give it a shot. I really hope this was helpful. See you next time.